I was gonna go live, and I don't know how long I'm going to be live for. So if I have things in my braces, my son had a basketball game today, and yes, I've been trying to rush to eat. I want to talk to you guys about how to get approved for any credit card you want. So I don't care what credit card it is or which credit card you want to actually get. This is how you can guarantee that you can get approved for any credit card that you want. Now, understand that we are all at different levels when it comes down to credit. Like, no matter who you are, another person can get approved for a credit card that you probably can't get approved for. But it's just certain things you should have in place so that you guys can make sure that you get approved for whichever credit card that you want. So let's go down the list. I got 10 different things here that I want to go over, and I want you guys to keep in mind that I want you to go to Rickita.com because I have a lot of credit cards on there that can approve you. So when I go and look, okay, which credit card I want to get, I actually go to my own website, and then a lot of credit cards that I find that I like, that I actually have, I literally put them on my website for you guys. So literally myname.com, Rickita.com, and you guys can be able to find some credit cards. So the first thing is, I want you guys to know what your credit score is. If you want to get approved for any credit card you want, you need to know what your credit score is. And I suggest that you make sure that your credit score is over 720. A lot of times too, over 750. So don't just say, oh, I want to get approved for a Chase credit card and your credit score is in the 600s. Hi, buenas tardes. I have to figure out what time it is. Good afternoon to you. You guys need to know what your credit score is. Okay? If you guys don't know what your credit score is, literally go to Credit Karma. You can see it for free. Hola. And then also look inside of, you can look on Identity IQ. I show you guys these different things. Like if you look on like my regular videos, not this one, but if you look under there, I have the Identity IQ where you can do the trial. Now that is not your FICO score. You can go to Experian and get your FICO score. You can pay for it. But I just tell people look on Credit Karma because you guys can see like what your credit score is. Oh, hi from Texas. Oh, hi. So I suggest you guys know what your credit score is. If you want to get approved for any credit score, any credit card you want, I say again, over 720, that's going to give you the better odds. And then also I want you to know what your credit score is at all times. If you guys don't know what your credit score is, you're just thinking, oh, I'm gonna get this Chase card, it's not going to happen most likely. Like, you need to know what your credit score is. And I'm obsessed, so I like to look on my Credit Karma. I like to look on other websites to see what my credit score is. I like to pay for it. I want to know what my credit score is at all times. And again, Credit Karma is going to tell you TransUnion and Equifax, but if you want to see Experian, go to Experian.com, and then you can see what your Experian credit score is. So that's number one. Like, know what your credit score is. Always check it when you wake up in the morning, or at least once a week. Be on top of it. Know what your credit score is. When you're planning on getting a credit card, you need to know what your credit score is. And again, you want to aim for 720 or higher. 750 would really be ideal, but you know, aim for 720. Okay. And Credit Karma is going to show you a lower credit score than normal, but if you aim for 720, you aim for 750, you know that you at least have at least a 680, which a lot of credit cards would approve you for a credit card with a 680. Okay. Now you want to also review your credit reports. That's number two. Like, review your credit reports. So if you want to get approved for any credit card, you need to review your credit reports, because if you guys have charge-offs on there that still have a balance, charge off with a zero balance or saying paid, that's really good. But when you have a high balance on these charge off, you got repossessions, or you got a lot of collections or bankruptcy still reporting, credit card companies are not going to want to approve you. Like, I know for sure, like Discover they want you to wait at least 2 years after your bankruptcy for them to approve you. You know, some credit card companies like Citi, they have the same thing as a requirement. They want to make sure your bankruptcy it is at least maybe even 2 years old, or maybe even older than that. That's one of their requirements. If you guys do not have your bankruptcy that's aged, or you don't remove it, it's going to be hard for you guys to get approved for credit cards. And I'm trying to make sure my phone don't overheat. Let me probably hold it to make it better, because I don't want it to overheat, or we're not going to get this done at all. So let me change my mode. Okay, perfect. All right, so that's the thing. If you guys have negative accounts, I literally have free dispute letters on my website, Rickita.com. Please go there, use them dispute letters. I have some for, like, if you got charge-offs, collection, whatever it is, charge-offs or collections, please work to remove these different accounts from your credit report so you can have a greater chance of getting approved. How trustworthy? If Wells Fargo is saying 750, I would think that is trustworthy. Yeah, I'm doing an air vent now. I'm doing an air vent now. But my credit program, it includes, you get a lot of my videos when I teach you guys on how to remove accounts from your credit reports, teach you guys about the different credit cards, and then like if you want to do your disputes for you, get free dispute letters. I can mail them out for you to help you delete those accounts. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna do one more question, then I gotta keep going. I have self lender, like 3 old accounts I posted. Pay this. It depends on what your credit score is, and I want you to have at least 4 credit cards. And to me, self lender, I like self lender, but I don't like to count them. They're not a credit card to me. They're just an installment account. So I want you to have at least 4 credit cards, 3 old accounts posted. Old accounts is nice. Yeah, hit the like button for sure. Old accounts is nice, but are they still reporting open? That's the thing, because these are old accounts paid as agreed. You need to make sure that they're open. So 4 open accounts that's reporting every month. That's what I really want you to have, Angel. Like 4 open accounts. And then number 3, you guys. So we talked about number 1, check your credit score, know what your credit score is. Number 2, let me know if the air vent is too much too. Review your credit report. Number 3 is choose the right credit card. So I learned this, and this was hard for me to learn. I used to say, "Ooh, I want this credit card, I want that credit card," and I was choosing credit cards incorrectly. I used to just say I wanted a credit card because it was popular. Ooh, I see everybody with their Chase credit card, I want it. I see everybody with this Discover credit card, I want it. And I realized I need to choose credit cards for where I'm at in my life at the time. So I realized that I needed to get 0% APR credit cards because I'm holding balances on my credit cards. I need to do a balance transfer. So I realized I need to do 0% APR credit cards. I need credit cards going to do a balance transfer. And then on top of that, when I say choose the right card, if you guys don't have any credit cards, you know you filed bankruptcy, you got a bankruptcy still in your credit report, you still got 4 charge off that was including your bankruptcy still listed as negative accounts, you got a few collections on there, y'all need to literally get secure credit cards. I was at the point too where I didn't want to get secure credit cards. I used to want to just get whatever credit card I want, not understanding I'm not there. You know what I mean? That's like you guys trying to get business credit and you haven't built your business credit. You're trying to get a business credit card, you haven't built your business credit, and on top of that your personal credit is whack, so you cannot personally guarantee it and get a business credit card. You're just not there. So make sure you guys choose the right cards, okay? And then 2, this was big for me too. Number 4, meet the income requirements. A lot of these credit cards, they want to know how much income you have. When it came down to income, I never realized that if you guys are in a community property state, you guys can include your spouse's income as your income, so that can raise it and increase your chances of actually getting approved for a credit card, plus getting approved for a higher limit. If you have women, you're not married, like let's be honest, you're not married, but you have a man that you're living with, or any other man, or even a parent, or whatever the case may be, that's giving you money on a monthly basis, you can include that money that they're giving you, you can include that into your income. So don't just say, okay, I make $80,000 a year, and then you forgot that you have somebody that, well, maybe they pay, you know, your car note every month, which is $600. You know, think about things like that. If they're paying $600 for you every month, you can technically just add it up to say, okay, if it's $600 every month, add up what it is per year and add that into your annual income when they ask you for it. But just make sure if you guys have any additional income that you have coming in, make sure you guys include that, because the higher your income is, I realize the higher chance you guys are actually, the higher chance you have to actually get approved. And these credit card companies, it's very, very rare that they're going to ask you, excuse me, that they're going to ask you to actually show proof of income, okay? So make sure you guys actually, like, just put whatever additional income you have down. That's all I can say about that. Like, don't miss that part. Now, number 5 is pay down your existing debt. So if you guys have high utilization, you're not going to get any credit cards you want, because some credit cards don't like that you got a high utilization. They don't like that you have balances on your credit cards. I told you guys, like, it was a lot of credit cards. Like, I remember Chase, when I had my 0% APR credit cards, Chase did not like that I even put a balance. Even when I had my Chase card, they did not like that I put a balance and held a balance on my other credit cards. And when you apply for Chase, they're not going to like to see that you have a balance in your other credit cards. A lot of these credit cards, when they see that you're holding a balance, you got high utilization, they don't want to get you another credit card. Maybe you'll get store credit cards. Them store credit cards, like even if you was to get like Lowe's or Home Depot, the Alvion, I'll tell you guys about that, the Smile Generation. If you guys get those credit cards to help balance out your utilization or maybe bring your utilization down, that's fine. But if you guys want to get like a Visa or MasterCard, they're not going to like that. So just look at your utilization. I suggest to have your utilization at like 5% or below. That will be the goal. I would suggest you just check what your utilization is and try to bring it down. When you guys have a very low utilization, I realize, like, even with me, when I apply for credit cards or even looking at certain clients, people that's in my membership, when I see that they have the very best utilization, 5% or below, when they have it at 5% below, they get approved for way more credit cards. And me too, when I do that, I get approved for way more credit cards. My credit score is the best, and I don't have a problem. When I apply for something, I know I'm going to get it. So I want you guys to make sure that you pay down any existing debt in terms of your credit cards. Remember, we already talked about negative accounts, so review your credit reports and remove those negative accounts. That's going to be big. Okay, so I say delete them. Like, you got charge-offs, collections, delete those. Okay. And then if you have credit cards, make sure that the balance is really, really low. And then overall, try to have like steady income. These credit card companies, you guys, they're getting fancy, should I say. They're getting to the point where they're checking third parties. They're trying to see what income you have reported. They're not just looking at all 3 credit bureaus. They're starting to get additional information from these third party bureaus. So I want you guys to just make sure that you keep steady income. And if you guys don't have steady income at the time when you apply, you might be like, oh, I know I usually have like $70,000 or $50,000 in income, but I really don't have my job like I used to, or my income is lower right now. So you guys will find that if you don't have that steady income, it's going to be hard for you to get approved for credit cards. So try to have that steady income. Number 7 is apply for multiple credit cards, but avoid the hard inquiries. So if you guys want to get approved for any credit card that you want, understand that your odds will be higher when you want multiple cards. Now, if you like, oh, I just want that American Express Delta credit card, right? Because I was there too. I'm like, and I was able to get it. But that's the credit card I let my daughter use. Now I let her use my American Express Delta credit card, my 14-year-old, because she learning credit. I remember I wanted that credit card so bad, you guys. But when you just want one credit card and you don't want 5 different ones, your chances of getting approved for that one credit card is much lower. But if you say, hey, I'll take any 5 of these credit cards, I can take the Discover, I can take the Capital One, Venture X, I can take this, I can take that, your chance of actually getting approved is higher. But when you just want that one, it's going to be so hard to get approved. So just, broaden your horizons and say, okay, you know what, I'll take this card, I'll take that card. Have a few cards that you want to try to get. Okay, so make sure you guys apply for credit cards. The next one is apply for credit cards that can do that pre-qualification too, that can pre-approve you for a credit card without a hard inquiry. So if you guys go to my website, Rickita.com, you'll see I have different lists. I have a list for students, so the best credit cards for students, the best credit card that can pre-qualify you without a hard inquiry. I also have the best credit cards for bad credit, to build credit. If you guys want credit cards that offer cash back, I have that list on there. Like, these are the credit cards, the best ones is going to offer cash back. The best credit cards that's going to give you rewards. That mean, like, when I applied for my American Express, I think they gave me like $70,000. I mean, not 70,000, but 70 K miles or something like that. But when you apply for our credit card, we're going to give you 200. Like, a Chase say, we'll give you 200. Maybe a credit card say, hey, we'll give you $150 when you first apply. You just have to hit a certain threshold. So go there, and I have a list that says pre-qualified without a hard inquiry. That's the list where if you apply for a credit card, they're going to tell you yes or no without the hard inquiry. Now, if they say, like, if you pre-qualify for the Discover credit card, if they say, hey, we think we can give you a Discover credit card, if you guys accept it, then say, okay, you can give me a credit card, good. If you guys click accept, then that's when you're going to get the hard inquiry. Understand that, but at least you'll know, because certain credit cards, you go through that list, especially when your credit score is bad. I remember doing that, and I'm still doing it with clients now. They're like, dang, I got rejected. And I'm like, see, that's why I tell you to have multiple. One, we got 20 I'm gonna look through. That list got over 45, but go through that list, and if credit card companies say no, good, they're not gonna give you a hard inquiry. Move on to the next credit card that you want that's on that list. And if they say, hey, it look like we can pre-qualify you for a hard inquiry, then I want you guys to decide if you really want to go through with the full application. But understand, if you go through with the full application, it is going to be a hard inquiry. But I would suggest that you guys go through the list of the pre-qualification with the pre-qualifying without a hard inquiry, because if you do that, you got a greater chance of getting approved for the credit card that you want, because you could bypass that hard inquiry. Avoid getting a lot of hard inquiries though, you guys, because certain credit card companies don't like to see hard inquiries. And whenever you try to go full on and apply for a credit card, and if they were to tell you no, like they did a hard inquiry for you, they was to tell you no, a lot of times they will email you, and they'll definitely send you something in the mail saying, hey, we rejected you for this credit card because of these reasons. Too many new accounts, you got recent derogatory accounts in your credit reports, too many hard inquiries. Hard inquiries is definitely a thing, but they'll tell you exactly what it is. And a lot of times it could be hard inquiries. But I don't want you guys, for those people that got a lot of hard inquiries, like I remember at one point I had 70 hard inquiries. That's before I even knew a lot about credit. But at the time too, I had like 20 some credit cards too. This is like the beginning of me actually getting credit. So I don't want you guys to get these hard inquiries and be scared. I want you guys to just understand that you want to limit them, because when you guys get higher up in credit, where you like, ooh, I want to have this credit card and I'm hoping they'll give me a $10,000 limit, if they see that you got too many hard inquiries, they're not going to want to give you a credit card. And if you got too many inquiries too, again, at one point I had like 70,000 inquiries, but now I might have like 1 inquiry here, 2 inquiries there. And that's because of this. If you guys do not get approved for a credit card, I'm not telling y'all to do this, I'm gonna tell you what I heard that somebody did. Okay, I have heard that I have heard it, and I've seen it work, where if you guys were to apply for, say if you apply for a Navy Federal credit card, you got a hard inquiry, they did not approve you. I have heard of people calling TransUnion, because that's who Navy Federal pull, or whoever they pull, TransUnion, Equifax, or Experian, whoever it is. I have heard of people calling that credit bureau and talking like this. Let me tell you how they talk. They say, hi, I have this inquiry. They talk kind of slow. No offense to anybody either, but they talk as if they don't have it all. But they say, hey, I see this inquiry on here, let me see, oh, that's what it's called, Navy Federal. Like, you don't know who the company is, like you clearly know who the company is, but yeah, with this Navy Federal, and I just don't think this should be on my credit report. I don't know if something is going wrong. I don't know if I should have a lock on my credit report right now, or a freeze, like if somebody's actually pulling my credit. But I don't think this should be on here. I need this inquiry removed from my credit report. And then also, I see one more. I see this Capital One on here. I need to get this removed also. Don't go talking to them like, hey, I got this Navy Federal on here, I got this Capital One on here, I got the Discover on here, I got the, like, don't do that, or they're gonna be like, hey, I know what you own, we finna remove it. You trying to get us to remove these inquiries. Talk as if you do not know what's going on. And I see them inquiries coming off. I see them. They're going to remove them. Now, TransUnion and Equifax may be a little bit harder than Experian. Experian is very easy. They like, as long as you don't have no account, like if you got approved for Navy Federal, it's on your credit report, you can't call them about that one. I'm gonna tell y'all now, y'all can't just call them about that one. If it's on your credit reports, it's over, it gotta stay. Which is why I tell you I got 1 or 2 inquiries, because I have those accounts still reporting onto my credit report. But if it's not reporting, just give them 1 or 2 and hang up and call back. Okay, don't just give them a lot of them, but just hang up and call back. And Experian will usually tell you, hey, we'll have these inquiries will be removed, but you're probably going to look, if you have the Experian app, you're going to get a notification, and you'll see that those inquiries are usually deleted in like 4 hours. Okay, but still, I want you to avoid those by just doing a pre-qualification without a hard inquiry. And usually like Discover, Navy Federal, Capital One, what's some other ones? Navy Federal, Capital One, I don't like Credit One, but they do it. Mission Lane, Prosper, Chase will not do it. City is not going. to do it. But I definitely have that list. Go to Rickita.com. Look on there, pre-qualified without a hard inquiry. It's a full list of companies, Synchrony Bank, of companies that will pre-qualify you without a hard inquiry. Just avoid it. Like, tell me yes or no on whether or not you're gonna give me the credit card. If you say yes, I got a chance, I'll apply for it. But if you say no, move on, because that rejection helped you, because you ain't get a hard inquiry for no reason at that point. But that's a really big one. So again, avoid the multiple applications if you can. Now, make sure you guys provide accurate information. When you guys apply for a credit card, if you want to get approved for any credit card that you want, make sure you guys provide accurate information. Some people will apply for a credit card and then they'll use an address that they never used before. It's like, you never used this before. It's not your credit report. So not even to ask for a lot of identification because they think it's fraud. So if I stayed at 123 Main Street, I can't put 34 South Chase Street or something like that. And if that 34 South Chase Street is now my credit report, they're going to deny me. And then what they're going to do is they're going to send me a letter saying, hey, it looked like you applied for a credit card. We need verification. Then at that point, they might be trying to ask for you to verify your identity. They might ask for you to verify income. Now you just opened up a whole new everything. If you know you have a new address, you need that address added, just call the credit bureaus and have that address added. Okay. Now, usually when you guys are applying for some of those credit cards that have like a lower limit, they may not ask for verification. They may just add that address onto your credit report and approve you for it. But I'm trying to talk to the people that's trying to say, hey, I want a $15,000 credit card. I want a $10,000 credit card. I want a $5,000 credit card. Now, $300, they're going to just give it to you most likely. They're not going to play with you. They're like, okay, let me just give it to you. They don't care, but they're not thinking about the fraud part of it. But when you thinking about getting approved for $10,000, $15,000, they need to verify that you are who you are. Because once they like when I got my GM rewards, they give you a temporary code right away. And they I think it's because I don't know what it is, but let me say this. When I apply for a credit card, they automatically need to verify my identity. I already know. When they tell me, hey, we're going to send you something in the mail, I already know they're going to have to verify my identity. I'm not sure why it is. I'm not sure, but I remember when I did dispute letters before, I used to put my name on the bottom of it like a copyright. I don't know what people sending my dispute letters in and keeping that there, and now I'm just getting flagged all the time. But I automatically know that they're going to want to verify my identity. So I never be like, dang, I didn't get approved. I just wait and say, okay, wait. A lot of times they'll let you know, hey, we need to verify your identity, or they'll say, hey, call this number, and at that point they're going to ask you like security questions and things like that. But if you guys know that you do not have the address on your credit report, please add the address on. Like, you got a new address, add that address on, because they're not going to want to approve you. Okay. And then also a lot of credit card companies ask, do you have a checking and a savings account, a checking account, a savings account, or both, or none? You know, they ask that. We should all have checkings and savings accounts. Okay, you should. That's just basic. You should have a savings account where you actually saving your money. You should have a checkings account where you actually spending your money. That's what it is. I started working at the bank when I was 16, and I never knew that people need to have both. But I realized the people that really have money, they have multiple savings accounts, and they probably have one or two checkings accounts. So when you put on here that you don't have a checking account or a savings account, that's a red flag. How you gonna pay them? So that's another thing too. So make sure you put in accurate information, and make sure you guys have the basic in life, like a checking and a savings account. So that's another thing. And make sure too, the names, make sure you guys are not misspelling your names. Like, just make sure you look over the application again, and then it's going to be easier for you guys to get approved for the credit card that you want. And number 9, I told you guys already, like, if you don't have a decent credit report, you know it personally, you still got a bankruptcy reported, you still got 5 different charge-offs, and you still got 6 collections on your credit report, you might want to start off with a secure credit card. Be okay with that. Like, only reason I know about credit, you guys, only reason I know about applying for credit cards is because I had to go through it. I had to delete. I told y'all, when I first started getting into credit, I was lit. Like, I got $70,000 worth of credit in 6 months, starting from nothing, starting from scratch. Like, I didn't know anything about credit, and I was able to get $70,000. But I also messed up $70,000 too. So I tell people I had to learn how to delete these accounts from my credit reports. So when I had to go back in and build my credit, I had to start off with secure credit cards. I used to think, oh, I'll just wait to delete all of the accounts. You know, I told you I went through a time time too, I was depressed, and I just slowly deleted my accounts. I did all my dispute letters, and then every month I just mailed out the letters. In 6 months, like, majority of accounts were deleted except for 2, and they was only on like one bureau and another bureau. So I was very, very happy about that. But when I had to build back my credit again, I went slow that time, but I realized even with negative accounts on my credit reports, I'm going to go ahead and get secure credit cards, and I build my credit even faster. So when I filed for bankruptcy and I went and got some secure credit cards, when I tell y'all I was in the 700s again in less than 6 months. And you gotta think about it, people don't get in the 700s without being in bankruptcy. I had to go and delete the bankruptcy, I had to delete the negative accounts again, I had to go through all of that again. But I started with secure credit cards. I invested in myself, and I said, okay, I don't really want to spend this money, but I still did it. And I just like, you know what, I told you about the Open Sky credit card. I still have it today. I was like, you know what, let me drop $1,000 on this Open Sky credit card because it's gonna help me. And I did that, and I just got secure credit cards. I would like for you guys to have at least 4 credit cards when you're building your credit. But don't just think, I'm not trying to put no money down, I'm just gonna get these credit cards, and then you end up with like the Aspire card, or you do like the Reflex card, or you know, any of those, like Indigo, any of those credit cards that where your annual fee is $100, or they have like the what do you call it, that monthly maintenance fee. Don't do that. Like, think about the end. Like, don't do that. Like, because what it is you're paying more money for no reason. I would rather you had dropped $200 on a secure credit card than to get an Aspire credit card or the Reflex credit card that got $120 annual fee on it. That means you already lost $120. When you guys put a $200 deposit on like the Capital One, Navy Federal, or Discover, those ones are actually going to graduate to an unsecured credit card, and they're going to give you your $200 back. Plus, they don't have annual fees. People don't think about that. They think, well, I'm going to get approved for a credit card, and they ain't have to put no money down. But when they send you that credit card, said they approve you for, oh, excuse me, said they approve you for $300. If they charge you a $120 annual fee, when they finally send you a credit card because you didn't want to go secure, you're going to have $180 available, and they telling you, hey, you have a payment of $120 due. You paying that money anyway. So just think about that, you guys. Okay? Think about that. And last but not least, and then I'll start answering any questions you have, because I see some about banks and credit unions. I definitely want to talk about that. Last but not least, I want you guys to apply for the credit cards for the right reasons. And I kind of talked about this earlier. Sometimes people apply for a credit card just for the bonus, but you have to understand that you have to spend a certain amount of money to hit a bonus. You know, sometimes, like when I think about American Express, they told me, hey, you need to spend $2,000 in the first 3 months to get these miles. It's rules around it. So if you know you can't hit certain bonuses, you shouldn't be applying for more credit cards. And that's being honest. Like right now, I still, like I told you, I have some 0% APR credit cards that's not due until next year. So I really don't want to apply for no credit cards. And I plan on having these credit cards paid off by November. That's what my goal is. So even though they're 0% APR, I want to have them paid off by November. And then I possibly want to ask for increases on all my credit cards. Every month I ask for an increase anyway. But they better give me an increase by the time all the balances are completely paid off. Because you know, when you have a 0% APR credit cards, you hold a balance on there that can really mess up your utilization. So my credit is not at its best right now, but I don't need any other credit cards, and I don't want to apply for any other credit cards because I don't need them. I have credit cards that I don't even have a balance on right now, and that's kind of where I want you guys to be. I want you to be like, okay, I got 4 other credit cards, you know, totaling $20,000 or $25,000. I don't have a balance on them, and I don't need them. I would suggest you guys do like the 0% APR credit cards. Like, say if you have say if you wanted to hold a balance on your credit card for whatever reason, maybe you have a small project you want to do at home, like I told you about the Lowe's credit card. Like maybe you want to take a trip and you want to put your Airbnb and all that on your Lowe's credit card. You're going to use the gift cards. You're going to buy some gift cards with the Lowe's credit card. They're going to give you 6 months of 0% APR. Maybe you have plans for that and you want to hold a balance in your credit cards. Then maybe you want to apply for some more credit cards. But if you know that you're finna get these credit cards and you're not finna use them correctly, like don't apply for them. Like know exactly why you apply for more credit cards. building your credit is one thing, but again, I told y'all really technically only need 4 credit cards, and y'all need to keep the balance on them credit cards to be able to build your credit effectively, and then make sure that they're not closing. So don't apply for more credit cards for no reason. Now, if you guys are holding a balance in your credit card, or you kind of living paycheck to paycheck right now, you're not paying off your credit cards in full, then I suggest that you all just pay off y'all credit cards. Get y'all a credit card that can do a balance transfer, and when you do get a credit card that can do a balance transfer, or maybe they got 0% APR for a certain amount of months, then maybe you want to put all your new purchases on this credit card and just pay it off a month or two before your 0% is up. But don't just get a 0% APR credit card and you're not putting nothing on it. Wait till you need it, or you got purpose for it. Maybe you're going to do something, I don't know, with your credit card, but just don't get a credit card because right now I'm not going to apply for a credit card because I don't need it. Like, it's nothing I need to use a credit card for right now. So just make sure you guys have a purpose. Now, let me know if you guys have any questions. I'm going to answer the last 2 questions that I see right here. And again, if you really want to get approved for a credit card, you want a greater chance of getting approved, I suggest you guys apply for any credit card that can pre-qualify you without a hard inquiry. If you go to my website, Rickita.com, just my name.com, you'll see that I put some lists together. The best credit cards for students for bad credit. These are all separate lists. The best credit cards for students, the best credit cards for bad credit, the best credit cards to build credit, pre-qualified without a hard inquiry. That's my favorite list because it's over 45 accounts that can tell you yes or no without giving you a hard inquiry. If they say yes, then that means, okay, you got a chance. Go ahead and apply for it if you want. If they say no, then they just basically let you off soft without giving you a hard inquiry. Remember, if you guys remember, I don't want to say back in the day because I'm only 32, but you know, before we had to apply for a credit card, and you just gonna get a hard inquiry or not. Like, it ain't no pre-qualified nothing. Like, that's not gonna happen. But now we can pre-qualify without a hard inquiry. So I suggest you guys go to that list, and if they say yes, again, if they say yes, you say, ooh, Discover said yes to me. They said that they think they can give me the cash back card. If you choose to go further with them, it's going to be a hard inquiry. But if you say, because, you know, Discover may say a secure card. If they say, you say, I ain't finna get no secure card with you. I got other credit cards. I just got a high balance, and that's why you don't want to give me a credit card. Then you can back out of that and not get a hard inquiry. That's why I want you guys to check out the pre-qualified without a hard inquiry. And some of those credit cards have rewards. Some of them have cash back. But then again, too, if you want to target credit cards that got rewards and cash back, I have that list for you, too. So definitely check that out. Bank or credit union for credit cards. I think I'm not the one to speak on that, honestly. And I'm just telling you what I think about it. Credit unions will be nice, but my thing is, who finna give me what I want? I don't care if you're a bank or a credit union, because I have seen, like, I was just talking to a client where they was late on their Navy Federal for 3 months and they closed their account. If you were with a bank, some banks will let you go to the 6-month mark, which is nice, what they should do. You know, usually they don't charge it off into the 6-month mark, or they're not going to close your account until then. But I don't like that Navy Federal just recently did my client like that. That was not good to me. So I think about things like that, and I tell people, whoever give me what I want, like, that's what I want. I think I know for sure I've been through a lot in my life, and I live by this one thing. Whoever give me what I want, we cool. If you don't give me what I want, then I just don't mess with you, period. And I mean, because I know who I am as a person, right? So if you don't do what I need you to do, because I know I'm gonna do what I need to do, then I just don't need you in my life. Same thing with these credit cards. If you're not gonna give me a 0% APR credit card, if you're not gonna give me a high credit limit, I just don't want it. If you're not going to give me some cash back, then I just don't want it. So I want you to start figuring out what you want. Do you want a 0% APR credit card? Figure out who got that 0% APR credit card. And then also figure out, okay, you got the 0%, but can you pre-qualify me with a hard inquiry? Because I don't want to take a chance on a hard inquiry. And that's just how I live right now when it comes down to these credit cards. I just don't want to mess around. And that's with everything, honestly, in my life. I mess with whichever credit card company, or whichever company mess with me. That's it. That's literally how I live now. So I don't really choose banks or credit unions. You know, you say, like, you know, when I worked at a bank, it was a bank, it wasn't a credit union. And I seen like the different products they had. I didn't understand credit until I left, and I realized even everybody at the bank, the tellers, the branch manager, nobody really knew about credit. But then again, this was when I was 16 when I worked at the bank, and I was a co-op teller. I realized that people just really didn't know about credit. But then I realized too that now I'm looking back, our bank didn't offer much. Like, you know what I mean? And even if I look at like the credit unions, I started getting like I got like I ended up going with a credit union. When I look back at their products was sucky too. Like, I know if I was to ever get a credit card again, if I was to go in with another company and get a credit card, I need cash back and I need 0% APR credit cards. And if you can't do that for me, I don't care if you're a bank or a credit union. I just don't want it. You know, I really just don't want it. So figure out what you want. Figure out if they're a good company all over. Like, if you can give me what I want, you actually giving good limits and you're increasing it, you know, think about that part of it. I don't do the banking credit union thing no more. I really don't, because a lot of people say, oh, the credit union give you a higher limit. But then again, I just don't like how Navy Federal rub my client like that. Like, you literally just close their account after 3 months. Like, I think about stuff like that. So now, like, I still would try to go with a credit union, but if a credit union or whatever, I don't care who it is, if you're not gonna give me a credit card, I just don't like you. That's it. That's all I can really say about it. And who agree with me on that? Do y'all care bank or credit union, or do y'all care on, are you gonna give me a credit card? Are you gonna pre-qualify me for a credit card? Are you gonna give me a higher limit? Like, do you guys agree with that? Like, give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment, like yes or no. Like, what do y'all care about the most when it come down to credit cards? Because my thing is, I don't care if you're a credit union, but what if the credit union don't give you a reward when you sign up? Because people always say you need to go to credit unions, but what if they don't give a reward when you sign up? But what if they give you 12% APR, right? Let me trick you. What if they don't give you a reward when you sign up, but you're like, oh my gosh, they're going to give me 12% APR. Okay, my interest rate coming at 12%. That's really good. They don't give you cash back either. Like, do you care about that? Or are you going to compare that credit card to the credit card that's going to give you 29% interest rate, but they're going to give you a $200 bonus when you sign up, plus 2% back on all your purchases? Which one are you going for? Because don't forget, I tell you guys, like, I'm never finna keep a balance on my credit cards anyway, in terms of I'm gonna pay my statement balance by my due date. I'm never finna pay you interest in the first place. Like, a lot of people don't understand, like, when y'all invest, y'all not even finna get 29%, or y'all not finna be getting 15% guaranteed, but they getting that guaranteed off our credit cards. That's why y'all should never keep a balance on them. If you have a balance to your credit card, you be better off paying off y'all credit cards than investing in a lot of cases. So I don't look at like the APR. I do look at it, I guess. I don't, not gonna lie to y'all, because I'm not gonna hold a balance on these credit cards. I pay my statement balance before my due date, but make sure you guys just pay it by your due date, and they can never charge you interest. They can never charge you interest. So I think that certain people don't look at certain things, but we need to really start looking at it. Oh, hello from South Carolina. Oh, thank you so much. Not looking cute. Not looking cute. Okay, that's fine. I don't know what that means, neither here and there. But when you guys want to apply for a credit card, really think about what they're offering you. That's all I want to say. Like, think about like what they're offering you. Okay, I like 0% APR credit cards. I don't care what the interest rate is going to be, because again, I'm not going to pay you no interest anyway. I don't care if you're going to charge me 5%. I'm not going to pay you anything. I'm going to pay my statement balance by my due date. And then another thing, some people that like to do balance transfers, be careful with the balance transfers. I'm never paying a balance transfer fee. After Chase charged me 5% for a balance transfer fee, I felt sick. I think it ended up being like $300 or $360 or something like that for a balance transfer fee. If you guys get a credit card and you decide you do have a balance on your other credit cards, like if you know you have a balance on your other credit cards and you was like, okay, I'm gonna get another credit card so I can do a balance transfer, and if they charge you a balance transfer fee, avoid the balance transfer fee by doing this. Any additional cash that you have coming in, I want you guys, or say if you have certain bills you need to pay, I want you guys to put all the extra money on your credit cards that's already have a balance, and then put all your extra bills on that 0% APR credit cards. Okay, that's what I want you guys to do. I do not want you guys to do the pay a balance transfer fee if you can help it. That's going to be the biggest thing. If you guys are paying a balance transfer fee, you're going to see that is going to be a lot of money. Like I told you, Chase charged me over $300 for a balance transfer fee, and I'm like, I'm not paying this anymore. So what I did was I went ahead and like, so when I got approved for my last $9,000 credit card, what I did was, instead of doing like a balance transfer or whatnot, I put all my new charges on my 0% APR credit card, and then all the cash I had, I used that to pay off my other credit card, because there was no fees with doing that. If I was to actually transfer a balance, then at that point I would have seen a high, like I would have had to pay money to do a balance transfer. And some credit cards may do a balance transfer. They may not charge you for it at all, but if they charge you money, please just do like I told you. Put all your new expenses, like make sure they have like the balance, you get 0% on balance transfer and purchases. So if they have the 0% on balance transfer and purchases, put all your new purchases, like put all your new bills, whatever it is, your energy bill, your phone bill. Some people can't pay rent on their credit card and not pay fees. Put all of those different bills on your new 0% APR credit card, and put all your cash that you're gonna have to spend on the energy bill, your phone bill, if you was able to use your pay your rent, put all that money on those credit cards you hold a balance on that you wanted to do a balance transfer fee with. That will help you guys out a lot. Do you have tips on getting more subs? I don't know. I should be hitting 70,000 today. I think that the only tip that I have on getting more subs is just consistency, because I started doing, my kids told, I always did Facebook, and I had like a bigger following on Facebook, and my kids wanted to be YouTubers, so they told me, Mom, you should get on YouTube. And I just got on YouTube and been consistent, just posting videos. And like right now, literally I have food next to me I want to eat, and then like I made me a little blended drink. I want to do this. I want to go live at the same time, want to help people, but I want to live my life. Like my kids have a test, I got my biology final I'm doing today. I found that just staying consistent and literally just showing up for people like I'm doing right now to help people. Somebody finna get approved for some credit cards today, or I may have said something to help people. I just found that staying consistent really helped. And also too, maybe going live can help too, because I went live the other day. I got way more subscribers, but I try not to be based off of the subscribers no more. I really don't care about it, because when I went off of, oh my gosh, I'm not getting subscribers, I didn't even want to come live. And then I go based off of how many subscribers I was getting, but I wasn't looking in the comments seeing people saying, oh, I got approved for a $6,000 credit card, thank you so much, you changed my life. I started just going off of the comments, like if it was helping people. But if you just show up, it's gonna happen. So that's all I gotta tell me. That's all. Oh my gosh, I'm reading this comment. That's all I can tell you. Well, thank you so much. So y'all, hopefully I'll hit the 70K today. It's like we got some people, and with me going live with this type of thing, YouTube right now, I realize is you can get more views going live this way. Well, let me think about what this is. Vertical. My teacher told me vertical means version, horizontal means whore. So I gotta remember that now. But going live vertical like this can actually make you get more people that watch, but you got to understand that you're going to get a lot of trolls in here. Like, see the comments that's coming in right now, but you'll get more people that come on, and you just have to understand like what you're doing it for, honestly. And I'm way past, like right now, the subject that I talk about, I really try to help people that's really trying to build their credit, that's trying to get out there, that can't get credit cards, that's trying to get a house. I realize that's my target market, but I've been past that stage. So I just think about showing up for people to make people better. If you just think about that, I'm telling you, you're gonna find your people, and then you're going to get a following. Because I just don't believe I'm at 70,000. Like, what? It's still amazing to me. And I know if I just stay consistent, I'll be at 100,000. And you know, I see people now, and I'm like, oh my gosh, how did you get to 500,000? And I realize they say, hey, I've been on here for 15 years, and I've been on here for what, 4 years, you know. So, you know, just keep going and you'll be good. But understand that you are going to get trolls, people that, you know, don't have nothing going on with their life, but they help. So you got to just kind of not look at it. And I have somebody that look at my YouTube channel too and look at the comments. I had them go and delete all the negative comments, like the stuff that you see right here that may be nasty or negative. I have them deleted, or you can set it to where you don't see that, because we are humans. People be looking at me or talking to me, and I'm like, dude, I am normal just like you. Like, we are the same. It just so happened I just stay consistent and the subscribers went up. That's it. So I hope that helped you. So if you want to fix your credit, go to my website. I literally, Rickita.com. I have free dispute letters there. So right at the top, it'll say free dispute letter. And with the free dispute letter package I have right there, you're going to get a letter that you can send to the credit bureaus. And that letter right there, you can send that to Equifax, TransUnion, Experian. You list your collections on there. You list your charge-offs on there. You can list your bankruptcy on there. You can list late payments too. But please put, I was never late on this account. Please, I was never late on this account. Update this account to paid as agreed. Never late. Okay. List that on there. If you got student loans you want to get deleted, that's how you can really fix your credit in terms of like negative accounts. Get that deleted. Understand too that you might have some collection companies that send you things in the mail saying, hey Rickita, we see that we have a new $19,000 debt that we bought from whoever it may be. Please respond to our letter in the next 30 days or we're going to assume that the credit is yours. I have a letter where you respond to all those collection companies that's calling you, that's sending you stuff in the mail. I have a letter and it's called the validation of debt. So send that out. That's what I suggest. And I don't know how many negative accounts that you have. You can let me know, like, Rickita, I got charge-offs, I got collections. Because I told y'all when I was depressed, and I think that this story is huge. When I was depressed, you know, I'm having kids by my husband at the time. That wasn't word, S-H-I-T-E. I'm having kids by him, and I was just going through a lot with having babies. I messed up my credit. So I had the $70,000 in credit, right? I messed that up. So what I did was I got this dispute letter, and I think I literally just had that one dispute letter similar to the one that I'm giving you guys for free. I literally filled that dispute letter out and listed the different accounts on there. And I just copied that enough to send it out for 6 months. And when I tell you that $70,000 in credit that I had on there, mostly all those accounts were deleted from my credit reports. So it literally is the consistency thing. Don't overthink it. You know, if you get one account deleted, you know, your first month good, you might find out you might get 4 the next month. You gotta get 3, depending on how many accounts you had out, a lot. But you're gonna see that it's just a thing of staying consistent. Again, like the same thing I just told the person about me getting subscribers. It's a consistency thing. So if you cannot afford it, I even have packages on there too where you can go after charge-offs or like collections, whatever accounts you have, student loans you need to get deleted. You can use those packages. It's on my website, the Rickita.com website. You can do that, but it's literally just staying consistent. So first you got to get those accounts deleted, and with getting the accounts deleted too, you want to call all 3 credit bureaus. Say if you apply for those negative accounts at 123 Main Street, you need to add a new address on your credit report, and you need to delete that old 123 Main Street address. Because once you guys delete that address, the credit bureaus are going to start just deleting those accounts when you ask them to, because they're like, well, maybe this is not her account, maybe she's right, and they're going to just delete it. And if you guys don't do that step, it's going to be hard to remove those accounts. So I literally, for the people that's inside my membership, I literally recorded when I was on the phone with a client, because I was helping them. Because, you know, sometimes you may be scared to call the credit bureaus, and you can hear that conversation of me just calling the credit bureau saying, hey, I see you guys don't have an updated address for me. My address is 34 Main Street, but I see you guys have 123 Main Street, and plus you got 96 Main Street. I need you guys to delete them other addresses. Like, this is my address. The other ones need to get deleted. Plus, I see you guys have different variations of my name. My name is Rickita, like whatever your last name is, whatever your name is, your first and last name only. Delete all this other stuff. Do that guaranteed. And if you're going through something, be honest with yourself on how consistent you're going to be. I suggest that you guys do the thing that I did when I was depressed though. Just print out enough letters to do 6 months of letters. That way, if you forget it, just set a reminder on your phone. If you're disciplined, go back in and do a new letter depending on what accounts are deleted. But if you know you're not disciplined, at least you already print out them letters. All you got to do is literally just stick them out your mailbox or drop them off in the post office to get them accounts deleted, because you're going to see a lot of accounts on your credit report that's going to just get deleted as long as you just send it in. Like, it's the consistency part of it, like, seriously. And I was so depressed that I just could not. But that's what started helping me learn about credit, and I realized it's the point of just doing it. Like, if you don't do it, it's not going to help. So that's the part about getting your accounts deleted. Now the next thing is Like I told you, I had to file bankruptcy before. This is a separate time. I messed up my credit many times. Now I'm like, I'm 32 now. Like, I'm never messing up my credit. I don't care. But I filed bankruptcy, ended up getting dismissed. But when I filed for it, I had to go through and delete all them accounts. I had to delete my bankruptcy. But since I went through that depressing time again, all I knew was I need to do some letters. Like as soon as possible, do some letters, get them addresses deleted. I was cool, right? So I just made sure if you guys have a bankruptcy, just make sure you add a different address on that's not on your bankruptcy. And then also, ooh, I do have it, but I don't know. Let me look and see what's on it. I don't want to show y'all all my information. So when I applied for my bankruptcy, you know, you have to show your ID card. Well, I'm not going to show y'all mine because it got plenty of numbers on it. But we have something. Let me show you. I can kind of show y'all my name. I mean, the top of it. We have something called a passport ID card, which is this, right? It's a passport card. It's kind of like an ID. So I use my driver's license when I filed bankruptcy, and then now for all my stuff now I just use this card, because when it came down to my bankruptcy I never showed this card right here. So if you guys did file bankruptcy, get y'all a passport. Even if you're not planning on going out the country, it's beneficial, and get this passport ID card. I think it's like an extra $35 to get the passport book and the ID card. If you file bankruptcy with your driver's license, I'll suggest use your driver's license. Please use like your passport ID card for verification, because you never have your address on here, which is really good. You can always show like an energy bill or anything, a bank statement. Don't forget, on your bank statement you could put any address on there to tell the credit bureaus, hey, this is my address, this is the verification of my address. Because don't forget, on your driver's license you got to go in and get that changed. But you can always use again your passport ID card like this, and then use like a bank statement and wait till that address is added. You can always use that as verification. So you can always use any address you ever want to use. But again, if you want to change your ID on your driver's license, not your passport card, don't forget you had to go in and change it. So I suggest that you guys do this. But when I filed bankruptcy, Rickita.com, so Rickita. So when I filed bankruptcy, I used my ID, my driver's license, but then going forward I use my passport ID now. But I was able to get that, basically I was able to get my accounts deleted. And when I filed my bankruptcy, instead of waiting for my accounts to get deleted and then applying for credit cards, I knew I needed to apply right away. So if you got to get secure credit cards, go ahead and just get secure credit cards. But try to aim towards credit cards that's going to graduate, meaning they're going to give your deposit back. Plus, they're going to increase your limit. So you guys may want to look into like Discover, Navy Federal, Capital One, because those can actually graduate to an unsecured credit card. And I love telling people about the Navy Federal credit card. They're a secure one, because you could put a $200 deposit down on it, and then they can increase you to a $2,000 credit card. And I have seen people get increased to a $2,000 credit card, and then after 6 months again they ask for another credit card and they get $10,000 the next time. So you know, I tell people to just start building a relationship with like Capital One, with Navy Federal and Discover, because you're going to start building your credit. But if you know your credit is bad, get the secure credit card, aim towards 4 credit cards, and then you're going to see as them accounts start getting deleted and then them credit cards keep posting, reporting to the credit bureaus too, you're going to see your credit score go up a lot. Because I was able to get in the 700s, excuse me, because my credit score went down to the low 500s when I filed bankruptcy before, but I was able to get it back up to the 700s, yes, in less than 6 months. So I tell people to do it. Being deceptive will bite in the end. I don't know if that's in regards to my ex-husband. I don't know, because listen, I think about that. I don't know if this is in regards to my ex-husband or the credit thing that was telling y'all gotta do this and that. And let me tell y'all these 2 things if you want to talk about being deceptive. When it come down to my ex-husband, they were babies at the time, right? Now they're older. My 9-year-old that I have with him, he skipped a grade. And I'm really teaching them and stuff like that. I am that parent that, like, even when I leave here, we finna do some multiplication, we finna do some stuff, and I'm finna teach them more because I got a test coming up. Like, he skipped the grade. All my kids are testing 2 years ahead. I'm doing Espanol. I'm learning Spanish right now. The kids, they agreed to learn Spanish during the summer, and I said I'll take y'all to Puerto Rico if y'all do. We'll swim with the turtles, because I had so much fun when I did that. It's going to pay off in the end. Now, if you talk about being deceptive with credit though, you know, being deceptive with credit. I just think that, listen, I told y'all that I went and had a big meeting with Morgan because, again, I'm in school right now. I'm gonna be graduating this summer, but I'm working my way to law school, so I'm not I'm not graduating from law school yet, but I'm working my way to law school. I'm gonna graduate this summer. But I had a meeting with Morgan and Morgan, and they said the only cases that they work on is cases that have mixed files, or the credit bureaus are marking you as deceased because they're able to make $1 million off of these files. And I'm thinking, make $1 million? Like, that's a lot of money. What's being deceptive is these credit bureaus. When you tell them, hey, that address on there, it can be fraudulent, it can be like really not yours for real, y'all, and then y'all realize they don't want to delete it. They're telling you you're wrong. Maybe they got inaccurate information on your credit reports and they're not deleting it. They're being deceptive. We gotta learn how to just be sneaky and, you know, do what they're doing to us. That's my thing. If you treat me a certain type of way, I need to learn that way so I can learn how to use that on you too. And the same thing with the credit bureaus. These credit bureaus are regular companies, y'all. They are not government agencies. I told you guys that the other day. Like, they're not government agencies, so I wouldn't take it. Like, I'm not gonna take them serious. I want y'all to do whatever it takes for y'all to get up basically and get y'all stuff together. Because if I was to think about it, let me think of the year I really messed up my credit. So my son is 9 years old right now. I'm just gonna try to be honest with y'all. Like, I think I'm just now hitting my 7.5 years. Could y'all imagine me trying to build my credit right now? Yeah, right. 7.5 years is the time that they're supposed to delete the accounts off y'all credit reports. No, I'm not. Who gonna make you wait that long? So you telling me you want me to be messed up all this time? No, y'all, delete them accounts. Just do what y'all have to do. That's my thing. Just do what y'all have to do. What's the website? Rickita.com. It's paid off loans good on your report. Yeah, they are good, but and the thing is, paid off loans, is two sides to it. If they're old loans, like they're like some of your oldest accounts, then maybe you just want to have them paid off and keep them there. But if you just got a loan, you messed up on it already, it'd be better, to me honestly, is to delete it. That's what I would suggest. Like, if it's new, I would suggest you guys delete it. Okay, that's what I would suggest. Like, if it's a newer one, then maybe you want to actually get it deleted. But if it's an older one and it's actually helping with your age, then you may want to delete it. But I see people, like, when I look at so many credit reports, like, I may review like 20 or 30 credit reports a day at this point I'm at right now. So when I review these credit reports, if I see clients that, like, you just got this credit card 2 months ago, 3 months ago, and you already got late payments, I tell clients, and they say, I can't pay, Rickita, something happened, I lost my job, I'll never be able to pay, it's going to charge off. Well, then we need to stop trying to ask them to remove the late payments. We need to delete this as a market as a charge off. We're to delete it now. So when it actually charge off, it's already off your credit report. So think about it that way too. But if it's old, then you may want to just keep it. Disregard its levels, this credit. I need an authorized user. I have none. Who could do that for me at this time? Go to one of them. Somebody put on here, do you ever date white guys? I have a man now, which I'm very happy. I never thought I'd be able to date again. That's that depression stuff, make you think you ain't gonna be able to live again. You gonna live again. Like, girl, calm down. You 25, you know, at the time. But he has, just Google it. I don't want to tell y'all the company because we're live and I know people can watch this over. Google it and just pay to be on somebody's credit card. There's companies out there that's legit. Like, if he was to Google it, or maybe if he was to personally, like, schedule a call with me or text me 833 Rickita or 407-374-2747. Play it back. Text me, hey Rickita, what's that trade line company that your man don't already know about? I'll actually let you know directly. But just pay for it. Just buy you a trade line and call it a day. Like, that's what I would suggest that you do. Or that's what I would do, because I see people that they're authorized user on so many different people credit cards, and then some of these people be late, and I'm like, oh my gosh, do you know your credit score went down 70 points last month because you got a new late payment? They're like, no, I don't. No, the person you was an authorized user on got it. But if you was to go to with like a legit company like that, your chances of that happening is very, very low. But as soon as you add someone credit card to your credit report, as soon as you get added to their credit card as an authorized user, please make sure that you apply for whatever credit card you want right away. If you want to apply for a mortgage, apply right away. For a loan, whatever it is, apply right away. And then make sure your own credit cards are very, very low, because usually when you pay to be added onto someone's credit card as an authorized user, they're going to have that on there probably for 2 months, 3 months max. You can pay for it to be on there longer, but I suggest get in once it's added, do what you need to do, and call it a day. Like, so whenever they finna remove it, you don't care. You already got your 6 credit cards you wanted, whatever you wanted. You already got the business credit you wanted because you want the person guarantee or whatever you wanted. You already got it, but do it as soon as possible. How's your day been going? My day been going really good. I'm finna do my biology finals after this. I wanted to do it before my son had a game today. Everybody got their hair cut today. Everybody got their hair done except for me. But my kids is good, so I'm very, very happy. So yeah, my day is going really good. I hope your day is going good too. Thank you so much for asking. Thank you so much for asking. I can't date outside my race. Your grandma shot Tupac. Okay. All right. If y'all got any more questions, let me know. We'll officially hit our 1 hour mark. And again, if you want to get approved for any credit cards you want, let me go through the list one more time, because I'm gonna start keeping notes, and I'm feel so responsible doing this. If you want to increase your chances of getting approved for any credit card you want, this is what you need to do. Let me actually get a sip of my slush that I make, because my voice. If you dispute hard inquiries, usually like Experian, if you dispute your hard inquiry, they're going to remove that inquiry like 4 hours. So like instantly at that 4 hour mark, it's going to come up right at that time. If it's the other credit bureau, it may take a day or two, but it's going to go up whenever they are removed. Okay, so this is 10 things you need to do. You need to check your credit score. You need to know where your credit score is at. You can't just assume you in the 700s and then you look on Credit Karma, you had a 580. So please know exactly where your credit score. You're welcome. Girl, if you got 30 inquiries, just call them and call the credit bureaus and do like 3 inquiries. Like, I'll tell you in a second. Let me go through the list because I'm gonna be all over the place. So check your credit score. Know exactly where you stand. And y'all, if y'all have any more questions, go ahead and drop them. I'm gonna go through this list quick because we already went through it earlier. And then after this, I need to go help my kids study because they got big tests next month and they need to get ready for it. And then I got my biology final I need to do. I gotta finish, Lee. I gotta finish with you, so don't leave yet. Oh, thank you so much, Lee. I gotta tell you exactly what to do because I had 70 of them before. So know what your credit score is. Basically look on Credit Karma. They're gonna tell you TransUnion, Equifax for free. That is not your FICO score, but just assume that your FICO that score right there is 30 points lower than your FICO. So if you just assume that, if they say you got a 620 on there, then on Credit Karma, then you can assume you at like a 590. Just work on getting that credit score as high as you can get it, so that you will know, okay, my credit score is decent when you actually look. Okay, so know exactly where your credit score is at. Experian, if you guys get the Experian app, they'll let you know what your credit score is for free, for the Experian at least. So definitely do that. And review your credit reports. If you have negative accounts, I told y'all, go to Rickita.com, get the free dispute letter, start working to remove those negative accounts. Excuse me, if you guys have charge-offs, collections, whatever it is that's negative, you got a bankruptcy on there, don't let the bankruptcy sit. People don't understand, like, I have to remove my bankruptcy and I still get bankruptcies deleted from my clients. And oh, I forgot I did my website too. So remember I told you, like, ooh, you know, this Santander, you can remove the Capital One, you can remove the Discover. If you go to my website, because I don't have this done, y'all, get my website deleted, not deleted, but upgraded this week. If you go to my website, and there's like a search bar at the top, you probably can't see it, but if you look at like the top right hand corner, you will see it's like a search thing. Search accounts deleted. My daughter right now is putting all the accounts that I was able to really get deleted that we show the results for. Like maybe I got it from Credit Karma. If I can't see it on Credit Karma, I just don't have them. But that don't mean I never deleted that account before. But if you go there, you'll be able to see like the different accounts that got deleted. And my goal by the end of the year is to have every company that's ever out there on that list. That's my goal. So definitely go there, and then you'll be able to see like the different accounts that got deleted. That way, if you have an account and you don't think it can get deleted, you can go there and become a believer. Because I used to think that too, like that account will never get deleted. Then you delete it, you're like, oh my gosh, it can get deleted. So just go there to become a believer. So yeah, delete the accounts from your credit reports. Like I said, Rickita.com, you can get that free dispute letter. Choose the right card. Do not choose Chase credit card that you try to get a $10,000 limit with. If you got a bankruptcy on your credit report and still got a lot of negative accounts, you might need secure credit cards. So choose credit cards that's more like up your pace or what you have, okay? And then make sure you guys meet the income requirement. So I told you guys, with the credit cards, they're going to ask your gross income. Sometimes they're asking for net. For Synchrony Bank, I believe they're starting to ask for net income. It's like, leave me alone. I have expenses. I have things I'm writing off on my credit. I mean, not on my credit, but on my taxes. But if they're asking for gross, if you have anybody that's like sponsoring, I don't want to say sponsoring you, but say if you have anybody that give you money on a regular basis, whatever it may be, maybe they paying part of the rent, maybe they give you money like me, I'm never going to get married again, but my man, if he was giving me certain, when he give me money, I could technically include that in my income. Okay, so definitely include all the income that you guys have. You guys get child support, whatever it may be, include that in your income to make sure you can increase your chances of actually getting approved for more credit cards. And then pay down any of your existing credit cards. If you guys have credit cards, pay them down. That's going to be big. I tell you guys to keep your utilization at like 5%. If you go to Credit Karma, they'll tell you where you at. Okay, keep your utilization at 5%. And then try to have stable income. If you know you're in between jobs at the time, then please just wait, because you're not probably going to lie and say, hey, this is what my income normally is. If you're not going to just put what your normal income is and you're like, I don't want to do that, well, then just wait. Like, just keep a stable income and make sure your income is going up if you can help it. Avoid multiple applications that's not going to be able to, that's going to give you a hard inquiry. Them hard inquiries is going to lower your chance of getting approved, because a lot of companies don't like to see a lot of hard inquiries. And plus, on top of that, if they see a lot of hard inquiries, they're going to assume that you're desperate, and it's going to be so much harder for you to get approved. And again, go to my website, Rickita.com. You're going to be able to see like the credit cards that can pre-qualify you without a hard inquiry. Those are the credit cards that you want. Okay, you want to try to go through there, because if they tell you no, you can move on. Like, okay, I already know I'm not going to do this. You're not going to give it to me. And you avoided the hard inquiry. But if they say, hey, we think we can pre-qualify you for this credit card, if you say, yes, I want to actually get this credit card, then at that point, you're going to get a hard inquiry. But if they say no, you can move on, and you're not going to get that hard inquiry. But we're going to talk about removing those hard inquiries in a second. But just avoid all of those hard inquiries if you can. Like, have your targets on, hey, I want the Apple credit card. I want the Discover Cashback credit card right now. Or I want the Chase Sapphire credit card right now. Like, know which credit cards you want and target those first. If you can't get the ones you want, then double back and say, you know what, I'll just settle for this Capital One. Go backwards, but get the ones you want first, just in case if they give it to you, that hard inquiry gonna come. Okay, and understand too, with Chase, they don't like you to have a lot of hard inquiries. They'll even lower your limit. If you was to sneak in and get a Chase credit card, they'll lower it if they find out you got new credit cards. They say you got 2 recent credit, we're gonna lower your credit limit. So keep that in line. Keep that in mind. And then provide accurate information. I told you guys, like, if you have a new address, call the credit bureaus, tell them, hey, I got a new address. Have them add that address on. Make sure you're not misspelling anything, like rushing through applications, because you doing 20 of them because you got bad credit. And, let's be honest, I was there too. I had to do 20 of them because I can't get nothing. But just don't rush through them and you're not getting approved, okay? Consider a secure credit card. If you guys are not getting approved for credit cards, secure credit card is probably where you need to be, and be okay with it. Just try to get the ones that's going to graduate, like Navy Federal, Capital One, or Discover. Those are like the biggest ones. And then apply for the credit card for the right reason. So many people, like I told you, like at where I'm at right now, I have 0% APR credit cards that I'm holding a balance on right now. I don't need credit right now. I don't. If I only way I would need credit is if I say, you know what, I want to hold these balances for longer. So let me get some more 0% APR credit cards and let me transfer this balance. Not transfer, but let me move this balance over there, kinda. So my 0% APR can be extended for another year and a half. But don't just apply for credit cards if you're not going to use it, especially if they're going to approve you for um especially if they're going to approve you for a credit card that's going to give you a $200 bonus or a $300 bonus, but they require that you spend $3,000, and you notice you're not going to spend a $3,000. Don't get that credit card right now. Wait till you know you're going to put $3,000 worth of purchases on that card. But that's everything. Let me see. Okay, wait, let me talk about the inquiries. Okay, so Leah said she got I think she said she got 30, right? 30 inquiries. I remember I had 70 something inquiries. So the thing is, when you guys want to remove inquiries from your credit report, when you guys get that free letter, Rickita.com, it actually includes an inquiry removal letter on there. If you guys are unable to remove inquiries, you can use that as a last resort. But if you want them deleted right now, then I want you guys to call each credit bureau, and this is what, I don't want to tell y'all to do this, but this is what I've heard people do. This is the conversation I heard that people have when in regards to inquiries. They'll call them, get on the phone with Transfer again. Hi, I see inquiry. They act like they don't know what's going on. I see inquiry with hold on one second, let me see who this is. Navy Federal? Yeah, I think that's it. Navy Federal. I see inquiry Navy Federal on my credit report. This should not be on my credit report. I don't know if my credit reports are not frozen right now and I'm just getting inquiries in. I don't know exactly what's going on, but this should not be on my credit report. What can we do about this? Like, can this be removed? That's the conversation you want to have, but you want to act like you don't know exactly what's going on. And usually they'll say, oh, what company was that? Navy Federal. Oh, 1 second, miss, let me see, I can remove that for you. That's usually what happened. And you can say, wait, before, I know you're gonna remove that, but it's actually 2 more on here too. Capital One on here too, and then I see another one, Discover. Yeah, Discover, that's the one I see on here. This shouldn't be on here, so I don't know exactly what's going on. Should I my credit report? Can you freeze it for me? I guess use our feminine voice, and it works. It really works. Usually Experian will remove them in like 4 hours. The other 2 credit bureaus, they may remove them right then and there, or they might fight with you. If they fight with you, hang up and call back. But again, with having 30 inquiries, you don't want to go in there and be like, hey, I see an inquiry on here with Navy Federal. I see a Chase one on here, Discover. You know, you list off every inquiry that's on your credit. Don't do that. Don't do that. You got 30 of them. If you only name 3 of them, they like, okay, she not trying to get over on us. We're going to remove these inquiries. So just give them like 2 or 3 of them and then hang and say, oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I just didn't know what was going on. Okay, you have a nice night or a nice day. And then you hang up and then you call back if you got a lot of inquiries like that. But do not try to remove an inquiry if you have that account on your credit report. If you have that account on your credit report, you have a great chance of them flagging that account as fraud, because they're going to think, oh, well, you said this Capital One account on here, there's Capital One inquiry, well, I see you got a Capital One credit card on here, let me flag that as fraud. Don't tell them accounts that's tied to a don't tell them the inquiries that's tied to accounts, because you have a great chance of them flagging it as fraud and deleting it. Okay, but if you have a lot of inquiries, like I said, it's going to take you a little while. But I remember when people were paying, you know, $10, $20 a pop to remove each inquiry. So imagine if you got 5 of them removed and they would charge you $20. You'd have made $100. Like, I remember at that point, we used to have to do, you know, people used to pay that much. I used to never charge people for their inquiry. Well, yes, I did at one point, but let me double back. Yes, I did. I used to charge. But just imagine how much money you can make. I don't do it anymore though, but that's exactly what you technically need to do. Okay, just hang up, call back, only give them like 2 or 3 of them, and then say, okay, thank you so much, that's it. And then act like you just do not know what's going on. I don't know how this came on my credit report. Like, I just need to get it removed. And don't give them a lot. That's the key. And it push, turn, and shove. If you scared to get on a phone call with them, or something is just scaring you, don't forget, go to my website, Rickita.com. I have the free dispute letters at the top. You're going to get a free dispute letter to remove like your charge off, collections, and bankruptcies, or whatever it may be. You can send that letter to the credit bureaus, and then also you're going to get a letter for collection companies, which is a validation and debt letter, which is telling them, hey, don't call me no more, and show me how I owe you too. You're going to get that letter for free, and you're going to also get that inquiry letter. So you can mail in that inquiry letter. If you guys have a bankruptcy, another way of getting a bankruptcy removed, because sometimes they're going to say, hey, we got your, this what TransUnion like to do, should I say, even though we know they got it from LexisNexis. TransUnion like to say, hey, we got the bankruptcy information from the courthouse, but in actuality they did not, right? So what you want to do is you want to fill out the letter that say courthouse, is like the last letter. You want to mail that to the courthouse, and you want to self-address envelope and put a stamp on it and put it inside of your envelope. Because what the courthouse will do is, you basically saying, hey, got something saying that you verified my bankruptcy with the credit bureaus. Can you please send me all information, like who verified the name of the person? Send me all the information. I say it all on the letter or whatever, right? And you're telling them, hey, can you mail that to me? But what they're going to say is, hey, we don't verify the bankruptcies. Maybe they got it from somebody else. We never verified this bankruptcy for you. And then since you already sent a self-addressed stamped envelope, they don't have to pay for an envelope. They don't have to pay for a stamp. They'll just put their letter in the envelope that you provided and mail that to you. So when you do a dispute and you ask the credit bureaus, usually after like the second round, you ask them, okay, who verified this? Who validated this? Who told you that this bankruptcy was valid? And they'll say, hey, the courthouse. But once they send you that back, like on there, they'll say, hey, we got it from the courthouse, or whatever federal courthouse that you filed your bankruptcy with. Once you have that, you can mail a copy of that letter that the credit bureaus gave you, plus a copy of the letter that you got from the courthouse. Mail that together and mail it to the credit bureaus, and then file a complaint with the Better Business Bureau and the CFPB and include that information. Because when you do that, they're saying that, hey, we got this, we verified this with the courthouse, but you already got a letter that said, no, you did not. Like, you did not verify with the courthouse. Okay, so I have that letter that you guys can basically send in to get that bankruptcy deleted. But you get all of that. So if you got a lot of inquiries, you can list your inquiries there. I suggest you guys don't list more than 10 on that letter. And again, consistency is key with anything. If they don't delete it that first month, I would suggest just print it out again and mail it out again, and send it certified, and then still do complaints with the Better Business Bureau and the CFPB in regards to them not removing it from your credit reports. But I hope that helped. Like, that's a lot for inquiries, but those are necessary, because again, we talking about applying for credit cards. Y'all gonna get these inquiries, and if you know you got approved for a credit card, I do see people call the credit bureaus before that account is added to their credit reports, and they get that inquiry removed before the account is added, because then at that point they don't even know you got the account just gonna show up, so that's another thing, like, y'all can do. How much do you charge to dispute them for me? It seems complicated. If you guys were to get my membership, I have a membership that's like literally like $29 per month, $79 per month, or you could do like the lifetime membership. If you guys were to get that membership, I do all dispute letters for free for my clients. All you gotta do is have your credit reports available and give me your personal information, like basically do an application, and then every month I do your disputes for you, and then I'll let you know, hey, I was able to get 5 accounts deleted, your credit score went up 40 points. I'll let you know exactly what happened. And the only thing I need you to do, because I can't do it though, is remove those addresses and update the address. If you stayed at 123 Main Street and you got a lot of negative accounts at that address, I just need you to literally call the credit bureaus and tell them, hey, I have a new address, add this address on. I don't care if it's your mama, your sister, your cousin. I see people even using PO boxes, and it works. You just have to use the actual, I'm not suggesting, but you have to use the actual address to the post office. And I asked too, I was very close. When I go places, y'all, I be trying to get close. I'm trying to be your friend. Y'all need to know who I am. So when I was talking to one of the people at the post office, she was like, if you got big packages, you know, don't put your P.O. box on there. Put our actual address of the building, like our actual address, and then put unit, and then put your P.O. box on there. And a lot of people do that if they don't have like an address. But I need you to have some new address on there, and then I need you to call our credit bureaus to remove those other addresses. Once you do that, just let me do what I need to do. Keep your credit reports available, so when I need to check them, I can check them. Give me your credit karma, and then I'll mail out the disputes for you. And it's free if you're a member, because yeah, think about it, all I'm doing is paying 60 something cent. My system is automatically pulling in your credit reports. Like, I literally can go in there and look, and it's just so much easier than me telling you, you know, you telling me, hey, I got a charge off, and like you telling me you got a charge off, compared to me seeing your charge off, seeing that the date open is different on all 3 credit bureaus, the last date activity is different. It's just different. And then I know now where I'm at, I know exactly what letter you need to use for each account. Like, I kind of got it down to a science at this point, so it's just easier for me to do it. So I tell people, as long as you're a member, I'll do the letters for free. And I have that on my website too. We even have like a $1 trial too, if you guys just want to try it out. And then I teach you also, you get dispute letters too inside of the membership. You get a $1 trial. Go ahead and just get in the membership and see what's there. Like, just go to Rickita.com and then scroll down some, you'll see the different memberships. Go ahead and just try it out, and then we'll mail out your dispute letters, and all you need to do is just keep your credit reports available. But I don't do it as if, like I used to do years ago, like a pay for deletion. Hey, if I remove this charge off for you, I need $50. Like, it's not like that. It's more of just having a membership, because I realize sometimes people get all their stuff deleted in like a month, and it's like, Rickita, this is $1,000. Instead of you just paying $29 per month, it's just easier. You know what I mean? Like, bankruptcy, you got to pay $200 to get a bankruptcy deleted. It sounds good though. You think about, like, $200, you can get your bankruptcy deleted. You pay more than that to file your bankruptcy. It sounds really nice, but at the same time too, it's just easier now just to put people in a membership, and then I just send a man for you. I have seen Happy Feet, but I don't know if I'm playing it to something. So I say yes. All lips, no teeth. Okay, that's good. I don't want to show our braces, and my mouth hurt. I just got them tightened, so I'm literally talking like this. And then another thing, if this is a problem too, how I'm talking, all of this is all metal. Like, it's raw right here, it's raw right here. I don't want to move my mouth. It hurts so bad for me to talk. Like, I've been talking for over an hour, almost an hour and a half right now. My mouth hurts so bad, y'all. And I have, when my just got them tightened, it's just pokes. Like, all this is raw back here. I can't wait. I'm gonna have them off in January, because I just got them in January. Oh, your phone died. My phone be about to, oh, mine on 4%. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna have to get over here. Now that you just says your phone died, mine on 4%. Let me see. Yeah, no account is attached, Leah. Just make sure no account is attached. A couple at a time. Trust me, that's gonna work. That's gonna work. Oh, so my number is 407-374-2747. If you want the number for them, just Google the credit bureau's phone number. It is on them. The burden of proof is definitely on them. They want us to prove stuff, but you don't want to put this on my credit. How you know it's true? Can they make it right? Yeah, they still can report your account, and they still do certain things to your account that can mess up your credit. Like, they can make certain remarks, even if it's charged off and sold. But I suggest, if it's charged off, you really need to just get it deleted. Like, to me, I just think that it's better, because certain accounts, they understand that your account was charged off, but they still don't like it. Like, it's like when somebody cheat on you. I still seen the girl. Like, if you never showed me the girl, I never knew you cheat on me, we've been better off. But I know you cheated. Like, you know what I mean? It's the same thing. I know you had a charge off. I can see it on your credit report. I don't want to give you credit. I don't know if you're gonna do that to me. I don't know. It's the same thing. That's how I think about it when it comes down to credit. Like, they're not gonna give you a new account because they see the charge off. But if you do remove the charge off, they can't see it. Okay. But if you, Leah, if you try it out, I'm telling you, once you try it out and you don't get scared, and think about this as a regular company, act like you call it a Walmart. Hey, I see, just call for one if you're scared. Make sure none is attached. Hey, I see this Capital One account. It's inquiry, I believe it's called, on my credit report. Don't act like you know what you're talking about. I don't think this should be on my credit report. Like, what happened with this? Is my account not frozen? Can we remove this? Because this is not good. Like, this, I'm telling y'all, I thought it was more than that too, but it's not. That's what it is. That's like literally what you need to do. Oh, you're welcome. I'm very willing to share information, but I'm scared now. I see people getting in trouble for telling the truth. I'm like, don't give me, I got 5 kids. I can't get in trouble, but it's just the truth. And I just think about, like I told y'all, when I fixed my account so many different times, I had to fix my credit so many different times. Imagine us really waiting 7.5 years. They don't even let a president stay in for 7.5 years. So you telling me I need to keep this negative account on here for 7.5 years? Like, you got to try again first. Like, you got to see. We got to see if we want you to come in again. You got to get another vote. 7.5 years is a long time, you guys. Think about it. And I just think about now where I seen people that have accounts from. I seen somebody with a Discover credit card from 1997. And I'm like, oh my gosh, imagine if my parents put me on their Discover credit card from 1997. My credit will be lit. My credit will be lit. And now my daughter is an authorized user on my credit card. But you got to think about it, since, you know, I have some accounts that's a little bit older, but it ain't got that much age to it. Like, since you've been a baby, I had this card. I don't have accounts like that because I wasn't able to learn credit. So just imagine if I start teaching all of y'all this, and we can just make sure we add our kids on as authorized user. Like I told y'all, my 14-year-old used my American Express, my Delta American Express. She used that credit card as her own. So since I add her as an authorized user, when I see the charges on there, they say Jalea, they say her name on there, and she's learning credit. And since I was able to add her, I think she's like an authorized user on like 7 of my credit cards. Since I add her as an authorized user, her credit is going to be lit. Okay, but it could have been even better if I was to add her onto credit cards that I had since 2009, 2008 when she was first born. Because y'all imagine that. And that's why I come on here and talk to y'all about this, because I didn't know anything about this. My parents used to be like, oh, we had an 800 credit score, but I ended up having to fix your credit. Like, you know, like, wait, what was this? Why didn't y'all learn to keep it? That's the thing. We can get our credit to 800, but can we keep it? So that's why I try to teach y'all ways of, you know, getting our credit together and maintaining it. We need to do it sooner than later so that we can put our kids on. And if y'all don't have y'all credit together, or if y'all don't have certain things in place, y'all kids not finna listen to y'all on certain things. Because I remember I was like that too. Like, I used to think my parents and them didn't know anything. Like, y'all ain't got this, y'all ain't got that. And I seen other people with it. So I still respected them in a certain type of way, but I listened to more of the other people. When now I was telling somebody about my daughter relationship, like, she's 14, she still wants to hang with me. Like, it's like she, I want to say it's like it's kind of, I don't want to say she watched my videos, but like, it's a good thing that she still wants to do that now. And the point that she listened to me and she asked me questions and I can educate her about credit, this is a good thing. And the point that I can add her to my credit cards and I can have her start using credit right now, and she know too, like, ooh, like she asked me today, like, what's the balance on my credit card? Like, do I have money available? She gotta look at her checkings account, because I tell her, whatever in your checking account, because she only used 25% of the money that she make. 50% she put in her IRA, and then 25% of that that's left she gonna put away for, like, if she want to go on vacation. The other 25% is what she can spend. That's in her checkings account. So she want to see, hey, what do I have in my checkings account that I can use to pay off my credit card so I can know how much I can spend on my credit card? This is not the stuff that was going on in my head. And just imagine if my parents was to add me onto their credit cards young and I was able to spend it. Like, when I first got my check, so I maxed out my debit card, like, and I had a credit card, a debit card from the companies where if you want to go to the ATM, they charging you $5 to go, you know what I mean? Those type of cards. That stuff is a gimmick. And I'm on 2%, but I'm like on one, and I need to make sure I tell y'all about this, because this is real. Like, this is really real, seriously, y'all. So just imagine if we could have had this Like, just imagine if we could have had this young, and the point that we can provide this for our kids is necessary. So that's why, like, I really didn't want to go live. Sometimes I get in the mood because I'm like, I just want to be alone. Like, y'all see me in person, I'm probably really shy. Sometimes I am outgoing, but I need to know what y'all about. But like, when it come down to this credit thing, I really want to come on here and talk to y'all about this stuff, because I remember feeling like I was stuck, like I have nowhere to go, it's nothing I can do. And I told y'all, when I was depressed, I just sent out those dispute letters to get them accounts deleted. I had no hope that this stuff was going to happen, but it ended up happening. That's why I just tell y'all to come here. That's why I just come on here and motivate y'all, because when I was depressed, I literally just came and listened to videos like this. If I'm cleaning up, if I'm making food, or I'm cooking, or if I'm getting in the shower, I listen to stuff like this, and eventually I say, you know what, let me just send out a letter. And that's why I got the inquiry letter for free on my website. That's why I list all the credit cards there, because sometimes you go looking for stuff, and if you can't find it right away, you get discouraged. Like, it's all literally there on my website, and I'm slowly building it up. But I feel like the people that need it is there for y'all. Even like to delete accounts, I have a free letter to delete accounts, and also the validation of that letter. If these companies calling y'all collection companies, do y'all know they just passed laws? I don't want to say just passed laws, but they recently passed laws that allowed them to text us, allowed them to leave us voicemails and stuff. Now y'all realize we getting text messages, we getting emails, we getting voicemails. Before, collection companies would never. But guess what? Now they got new laws placed, and we got to come up on our information, because if we don't, we gonna set our kids up for failure. So that's why I try to come on here, you guys, and talk to y'all about this stuff, because I honestly ain't got nobody to talk to about it. And again, I'm working my way to law school. I got 2 more years until I can be in law school. I literally say, you know what, I'm going to just go to law school and become a lawyer so I can be a consumer law attorney. So I just try to keep talking about it. And as I keep learning stuff, I'm just putting it into y'all and teaching y'all about it. And we can just grow up together in a way and have our kids on the same thing. Like, this is the stuff that I'm on. I'm on educating my kids. My kids are getting skipped in school. They testing 2 to 3 years ahead of time. My 14-year-old about to be 15. She gonna graduate. She's starting college in the fall, and she to the point where she did all her high school classes. Now all she needs to do is do her college classes, do 2 years of college. So when I graduate with my bachelor's degree, she gonna graduate with her associate's degree. And you know the thing about that really like make me say I'm finna go for it is because during the same time she getting her degree, I would have already had her. That's gonna make me cry. Like, I would have already had her being pregnant. Like, what? It just blow my mind. So I just keep going for stuff like that, and that's why I continue to go live with y'all. But I don't plan to be emotional on here. Oh, she asked me, am I almost done? But it's real. So that's why I continue to go live on here, y'all. And I just want y'all to keep pushing forward and stop thinking about like that person's my son. We shouldn't do certain things. Like the credit bureaus doing, like they making rules for us that we don't even know about. Like our credit reports right now, y'all, they're working on putting this on the blockchain. Y'all, do y'all know what the blockchain is? Like cryptocurrency. Do y'all understand that type of stuff? Once our information is on a blockchain, that's like, once it's on there, ain't no dispute this, Rickita. It's on the blockchain. Stuff is up and it's stuck. Like, y'all need to look what the blockchain is. Like, that's all I need to say about it. But that's why I come on here and I just get all this information. And again, like I said too, 7.5 years, waiting on stuff to stay on our credit reports for 7.5 years. That means you want me to stay depressed this whole time. Y'all want me to wait to start living or having credit in 7.5 years. And I know certain companies will give you credit cards after 3 years or, you know, after a while, but y'all can change your life in 40 days and in 2 months by just putting in the work and then knowing that you messed up and you don't want to go back and don't mess up your credit again. So let me see if I got any other comments, because I'm starting to cry on here. This is not what I wanted to do today. I already got to do my biology. If you want to remove a charge off, literally you can get my free letter on my website, Rickita.com, and literally just put the name of the account on there, whether it's Capital One, Discover, whoever it is, put that on your letter and mail it out certified to the credit bureaus. And this is what a certified receipt looks like. Like, get one of these receipts right here and mail it to the credit bureaus. Like, if you go to the post office, get one of those. You got to pay more for that, but just mail it certified. Mail it to the credit bureaus, and if it don't get deleted that first month, you need to mail a letter to the actual company. But we talking to charge offs, so you got to be careful with charge offs. I told you a client, you got a charge off that's over $20,000. With certain charge offs, especially if you're not past the statute of limitations, do you know that they can keep that, they can actually sue you? So you want to just be careful with charge offs. But mail letters to the credit bureaus, and then mail letters to the company, but you can't mail letters to the actual company until the second month. That's the thing, you can't mail it to the second month. But just mail out those letters, and then check out, like, every Saturday you'll see a video of me actually doing a dispute letter, the one I give you for free. I'll show you guys how to fill that out. So I suggest that you do that. And if you have anybody have any questions with me leaving early too, go to my website rickita.com and schedule a call. Like right at the top it says schedule a call, and schedule a call with me. You can talk to my assistants, but honestly I didn't educate them enough to tell y'all certain things, because certain things change so much. They may be telling y'all to do one thing, but it's a newer way, and I just found out about it yesterday, you know. So I tell people to schedule a call with me directly. Just go to my website rickita.com, and then it's like right at the top it says schedule a call, and then it say Rickita only appointments. That's the one you want. Or if you accidentally schedule a call with like Esther, that's the person that really take the call, just say, hey, can I get on Rickita's schedule, and she should put you right on my schedule. But again, with me being in school right now, y'all, don't call me unless you're serious, like seriously, because I'm gonna tell you what to do. Don't call me unless you like serious, like, okay, I'm finna do exactly what she say to do. She said I gotta do some dispute, I'm finna do it. She tell me get some credit card, I'm finna get the credit card. Like, be prepared to do what you gotta do. It should be taught. It should be taught, Leah, and it's real. But then again too, like, my kids, like my 2-year-old right now, my only thing for him is for him to learn Spanish. And I got him in an all Spanish daycare where I told him don't speak nothing but Spanish to my son. And I say little things to him like, hola, ¿qué tal? I say little things with me learning Spanish. They're not going to teach these to our kids anyway. We cannot, they've been saying this from back in the day, we cannot depend on nobody to teach our kids. And we got to advocate for our kids. Like, I advocated for, I had to switch my kids' school because that school wasn't skipping them. If you see my kids testing 2 to 3 years ahead, why are you not skipping them? So we gotta not depend on nobody to do nothing for us but ourselves, and we gotta educate ourselves so to be able to push whatever we want. Like, that's just real, because school is not, especially if it's public school, like my kids still go to public school, it's just not there. Like, you know, it just honestly it's not there. Even some private schools, it's just not there. If you want your kids to know certain things, we really got to be the one to put it in them. I just realized that. I've been knew that from when I went to school. Like, we got to be the one to put that in them. Yeah, so once you dispute those hard inquiries, your point should come back. So, like, last time I disputed some inquiries, I think I disputed like 2 or 3 inquiries. My credit score went up like 7 to 8 points. But again, that's all it dropped, you know. It didn't drop that much. Government got rid of home economic early. Yeah, but yeah, and I think too, like, I was listening to the Martin Luther King speech. You talk about the home economics too, because I just read it, like, reading in my head. I don't know, when I read out loud, y'all be like, make sure I just cannot read out loud. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but when I read in my head, I'm like, okay, da, 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 da. But I read that I read it in my head. But I listened to the Martin Luther King speech, and he's saying stuff that we just don't have today. And it's like, I just think that, like, I was listening to him, you know, listening to Martin Luther King's speech. I seen he had notes when he spoke, and he had like papers. So now when I go live, I literally take notes like I'm in school. And that's why I'm really happy I went back to school too, because it's teaching me, hey, have my notes together, be prepared for my conversations. Because I used to just talk off the top of my head, and I'm like, dang, I forgot to tell him this. I don't forget anymore. But he talk about stuff that we still don't have together today, honestly. And I'm just like, oh my God. Yeah, I was tripping. Like, since I'm doing too much, I can see the stress on myself right now. but I'm willing to take it because I feel like I'm gonna be stressed either way. I was depressed before. I know that's a different type of stress. You don't even know you all the way depressed. Like, you just don't have no hope. So so in the morning, I know I have extra stress on myself. I'm looking at 20 to 30 credit reports. I'm going live for y'all. I got kids I'm testing with. I know I got a lot going on. So every morning I try to listen to something positive. I usually listen to like Jim Rohn, Earl Nightingale. Like, I listen to that type of stuff in the morning. But I listened to a Martin Luther King. YouTube had that for me. I'm like, oh, thank you, YouTube. But it's that woman, he said, well, you can't run then walk, you can't walk then crawl, it don't matter, you just get there. I only heard that part of it. People always quote that, but if y'all listen to the whole thing, it's like, oh my gosh, we still ain't got this together. We still ain't got this together, and we just can't depend on people to get it together for us, basically. How to get my credit score up 20 points right now. My credit is good. Okay, so if I need to get my credit score up 20 points right now, I'll bring all my credit cards down to 5% or pay them all the way off if I could, if you can. Just make sure all of them is completely paid off. I'll make sure if I had a late payment, I'll work on removing any late payments that I have. If I have any negative accounts, I'll work on removing those negative accounts. And if I have any inquiries, I remove those inquiries. Those are really the main things that you can do. Remove anything bad. If you still got something left and you're like, I'm just gonna let that stay, it ain't gonna stay. Don't let it stay. I'm gonna continue to dispute you until you leave. So remove any negative accounts, and then bring your utilization down to 5%, or just pay it all the way off if you could. That's the biggest thing. And then any inquiries, even if you was to get 4 or 5 points per inquiry, it's gonna be worth it. So call about those inquiries. But again, you cannot dispute inquiries with accounts that you still have on your credit reports. So keep that in mind. What if it's under 5K? I don't know what that means. Yeah, people do got the credit you looking for, because that's what I do too. I don't be wanting to listen to certain people, and I be like, you know what? Even like I still read the different blogs that's out there. I still be on like Reddit. I still be on all them different things. The FICO. I still be on all of that learning stuff, or stuff that happened back in the day that just wasn't mainstream. That stuff worked today, so I be just searching. Like, what's the newest ways, and what's to do this, what's to do that. That's how I'm able to speak. And then I speak too from experience, but I learn a lot by putting my hands on certain things. Remember, I'm working to be a consumer law attorney, so I have to educate myself on certain laws. So when I had to sue Midland and I won that lawsuit, I learned so much. I kind of wish I had another company to sue so I can just be in there doing something. But I just learned so much, and I realized people know more than you know, is you just ain't been there. That's like my 9-year-old. He really he thinks since he got scared, like he learned, he know everything he need to know. Like, boy, you ain't seen nothing yet. Like, even my daughter, she was like, my first grader, she's like, Mom, do I still have to go to school next year? Because I know how to do everything. I just cannot multiply double digits. Like, girl, you in the first grade, you don't know nothing. Like, it's more to life than multiplying double digits. Like, you think you know it all, but just listen to them. Just put this stuff on, and you don't know what you don't know. Like, that's one thing I'm learning. I try to listen to everybody. I do not know them, but let me screenshot it. I'm gonna listen to it all. I'm finna screenshot it. I'm gonna listen to them when I got it. You can get the information now and still teach them. And don't worry about what the schools got going on, because I be up at the school, like, they know me. Like, what y'all need? Y'all need snacks? Y'all need anything? I'm on the PTO. I be making banners. I be at the schools. Like, I'm that parent. But I was skipped when I was younger, but they told me, like, I never did 6th grade. So they put me in a 7th grade. So I was in like a 6th, 7th grade split. But they said due to my I was immature at the time. And I didn't know. I don't know. I just wasn't taught. That's what I'm thinking. I was immature at the time. So they told me, hey, we're not going to let you go on. We're going to make you just go ahead and stay with your regular group. So when the 6th graders that you're supposed to be with. Okay, I don't know if y'all still here. Like, that's redlining right there. Like, what they just did. Like, I'm thinking it was over, and I'm like, you know what? I was on one. Let me talk. But basically, I just know we can get on it. We can get on it because I was on one. Maybe I need to stop talking. I love your braces. Oh, thank you so much, Michael. I just got them retightened. I'm going to file bankruptcy. Okay, so listen, if you know you're going to file bankruptcy, I don't know if you was here for this talk with filing bankruptcy. File bankruptcy and use your driver's license, okay? And make sure that whatever address you're going to use when you file bankruptcy, that address is on your ID or your driver's license, whatever you're going to use. And I told y'all that I still got it out right now. When you go forward, because you need to delete that bankruptcy from your credit reports, because it's going to end up being on there unless you call the credit bureaus, remove whatever address you file your bankruptcy on, remove that right away from all 3 credit bureaus and LexisNexis. LexisNexis is the one that have our bankruptcies. When you dispute or going forward, you don't use your ID no more, your driver's license no more. Or if you do, change your address on your driver's license and now use this right here, y'all. It's called a passport card. Can y'all see that? This what I use as identification right now. I don't use my driver's license. I use my passport card. If anybody needs to know anything about me, I'm going to use my passport card. And the reason why I use my passport card is because we don't have an address on here at all. All they do is say, hey, she was born in this state. This information is going to expire. And this, you can have this for 10 years. So when you apply for a passport, if you guys haven't applied for a passport, apply for a passport. You'll have your passport book and then you'll have your passport card. It's like extra $35. I don't know how much extra it is, but get this passport card and then immediately start working to remove. If the bankruptcy ends up still being added, remove that bankruptcy right away. Just keep doing disputes. Don't care when it's going to come off because they say it's going to stay on there for 10 years anyway, right? Don't care about that. Just every month, just keep disputing and remove the bankruptcy and any account that was, attached to it. And again, add a new address on your credit report and remove that other address. And LexisNexis, remove it from LexisNexis. LexisNexis thing is this. When you send a dispute to them, you can easily use that Rickita.com, that free dispute letter at the top. You can use that for LexisNexis. Because what LexisNexis thing is they're not going to respond to your dispute in time. So if they don't respond to your dispute in time, what they're going to say is, hey, we didn't respond to your dispute in time. We're going to go ahead and remove this bankruptcy from your credit report. Because LexisNexis got a whole different report for you. And they got way more information than the credit bureaus even have. So I tell people to dispute with LexisNexis and then every month just start deleting them accounts. I do suggest too, while you're in this process, if you want to build your credit really fast, get you some secure credit cards. So at when I filed bankruptcy, it ended up getting dismissed because I didn't go through with it. But when I filed bankruptcy, I had got my Open Sky credit card. I got a few other credit cards at the time. Like Credit One Bank will give you a credit card like 1 month after filing Chapter 13 bankruptcy. So maybe you want to get Credit One credit card. And I know they got an annual fee, but I'm thinking about just the point of somebody reporting, So just get you some credit cards right away and start building your credit and just keep the balance really low, pay on time, put them on auto pay, and then every month just worry about deleting your accounts and don't think too hard. Like you can be sending out letters every month and now your 6th month everything got deleted. Like in your 5th month everything got deleted. You don't know when it's gonna get deleted, but you know that you ain't finna wait 7.5 years. You're not gonna wait 10 years. So just keep sending out your dispute letters and you will be good. How old am I? I don't know. Why does that matter? But I'm in my early 30s. Oh, you're a lawyer. Oh, that's good. You should do consumer law then and help. I sure could find you one. I don't know what that was about. Oh, I started to S corp, and that's when I found out the truth. Redlining. I don't know if y'all, I like to listen to other people's stories, but then again, this is why my phone keep turning off. Master P talked about how he went and paid all that money to get Michael Jackson attorney. I found other attorneys and, not attorneys, but, I found other attorneys, but I found other accountants too that actually handle a lot of money. And he was telling me certain things about, like, that's why I make sure I pay my daughter and, life insurance and certain write-offs and stuff like that, you're gonna learn so much by like just dealing with companies that manage a lot of money. And maybe it'll be a little bit more to pay for these different attorneys or accountants or bookkeepers or whoever you may pay for, but it's gonna be worth it. You're gonna find out that we don't know nothing. We talking about credit right now, y'all. We not even keeping businesses in our households to make sure we get the maximum write-off. Like this vehicle right here is a complete write-off because it's my company vehicle. I got a whole nother vehicle that I have. Like, we don't learn about these different things. And somebody else, I was recently talking to them, but I already knew about this, but he was like, oh my gosh, I had to get another truck because if I wouldn't have, I would have had to pay, you know, $80,000 in taxes. So he literally bought a truck to avoid paying the $80,000 in taxes. But you got to think about it. He going to have a note on that ain't that much. That's going to be a write-off anyway. Like, you know, these are the different things I think that we not learning about. And it's just so much. That's why I just keep talking about credit, but I continue to educate myself. So if somebody do say, oh, I got this going on, I'm like, listen, let me tell you what to do. You know, this is what happened, you know, because there's so much we don't know yet. Write a pamphlet on how to straighten out your credit. So I got my membership, but I was thinking maybe I should put together a book, because I have a book on buying a house, like the steps of buying a house. Maybe I should just do something really quick. Show my feet. I ain't on that foot channel yet. Kelsey said, because you get a shout out. Hi, hey Kelsey. My afternoon is going great, but my kids are like, what's going on? You almost at 2 hours. Oh, thank y'all. The book is on Amazon, and it actually it talks about, I think I had like the it has a lot of QR codes in it, so like it talks about saving money. But I don't know, when I first started saving money, I started doing something called Digit. I started doing a Digit where you can say, hey, I need to have $10,000 saved for my house. I need to have $1,000 for my vacation. You can put like the different things you want to save for. And I have like a whole bunch of worksheets that, and I call them worksheets, I don't know what to call them, but it will say, hey, this week, you know, every week they'll have a certain amount you need to save. And you just focus on saving that amount, and then eventually you're going to get to your goal. And it'll tell you, hey, it's going to take you, you know, 2 months, 3 months. It was different ones for that, or you can fill them out faster. But it's just something fun, something you can highlight and stay on top of your goals. And I started doing that and having that available for free. Oh, thank y'all so much. You're a fireman. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, but that's real when it comes down to these vehicles. But let me get off of here, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna go live again on Tuesday. So Tuesday, Thursday, and then Saturday. And then yeah, I think that's it. I've been on here for almost 2 hours. I will see you all later. Hopefully y'all have a great day. Enjoy today. Try to learn something today. You know, I know y'all learned some stuff here, but don't only learn, like at least go and download. If you know you got negative accounts, go download the free letters on my website, Rickita.com. Download it. And literally just, like I said, when I was depressed, like I'm telling y'all, when I was depressed, I overthought it. But what I did was, I literally list every negative account that's on my credit report that I want to get deleted on that, a letter that's similar to the one that y'all have, because you got to switch it up, or the credit bureau's not gonna, you know, you got to switch up that letter. If they seem like it's a letter that everybody got, they're not gonna delete it. So I literally went on there and I list every single account. If you know that you just listening to this and you really don't want to do anything, at least just give yourself an hour. I don't care if y'all gotta, I don't care whatever y'all gotta do. Like, I used to bribe myself with food, but then that's how I got chunky. But I used to tell myself, okay, listen, I'm gonna buy you a piece of cake if you do this. But go ahead and just download that, fill in y'all accounts that y'all need to get deleted, print that thing out. You want to print it out 18 times. If you depressed, I'm telling you now, if you depressed, or you know you ain't finna do it because you're not consistent. If you're not a consistent person, you be on it this month and not on it the next month, you gonna forget about it. print it out 18 times, go to the dollar store and pay $1.25, because they're not $1 no more, pay $1.25, get you a pack of envelopes, go get you a book of stamps. It's gonna have 20 stamps on there. Tuck them all in the envelope, and then write on there Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. Google the address if you don't have it, and then every month put 3 of them together: Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. Every month, just every 35 days, put on your phone, put it on a rotation every 35 days, or you can just put every month if you want. You can put on your calendar every month. You got to mail out some letters. Once you see that in your calendar, or you get reminded, put a reminder if you need like an alarm to come out and tell you about it. Then just go put in your mailbox. You know, they can come pick up your mailbox. Just put in your mailbox, have it out a little bit, or just put the red thing up on your mailbox. They'll pick up that, and then call it a day. Every month, just go through it in there. And you ain't got to check your credit, because that's probably gonna make you more stressed, because it probably gonna be changed as much as you need it till you look at every day like I used to. But at the time when I was depressed, I didn't look. I just stopped looking. Like, this is horrible. I'm telling y'all, when y'all look up in 6 months, y'all gonna be like, oh my gosh, almost all of my accounts are deleted. And then you can focus on those ones that's left, because you need to just start doing stuff to get yourself out of depression at the time. Oh my gosh, you don't have any audio. Can y'all hear me? Whatever happened, you don't have any audio. That's a sign I need to get off of here. But then again, it's like, oh my gosh. You can hear me? That's messed up, y'all. That's how I know I need to get off of here. That's true. But hopefully that helps somebody. I'm telling y'all now, just do that, and man, I'm telling y'all, it's gonna change y'all life, because I had to do it before too. But I'll see y'all later. I'll definitely see y'all in 2 days. I'll go live, and if y'all have any suggestions on what I should talk about next, let me know. Oh, thank you so much. I should hit my 70K today. Probably when I leave over here, I'll see my 70K. Thank you so much. Hey, Michelle. All right, y'all, I'll see y'all.